Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Court Farms Country Park. This is episode 79 of the Let's Play series. I do hope you're doing very well and having a wonderful day. So, you join me on my journey back from, I've just been taking some pallets of wool over to Farm Arnie, to the closed production factories that we've got over on the other side of the map. I've just spent an unfathomable amount of time this morning just sorting out the cows and the slurry and the manure and the feed and the straw. Getting them all topped up, because we're now in July. If I bring up the heads-up display there, we're in July, 8:15 in the morning. The money is sat at a pretty respectable £575,969, so we're doing pretty well in that respect. But yeah, as I say, I've just been doing my usual, running around, getting everything sorted, ready for the day's work ahead, because we've got quite a bit. It's now July. We have 4 fields of oats that are ready to harvest. So we've got a bit of harvesting to do ahead of us, but not necessarily right now, because we also have the field of corn, field 46, which is over in the north side of the map. That's the field of corn. It's not quite ready to harvest, but it will, I think, be ready to forage. So that's going to be the idea. We're going to be jumping in our Fendt forage harvester. Let me jump out of cab view here and help me with this one. Get this trailer disconnected and popped into the shed here. I think I've actually got manual attach turned off at the minute. Forgot to turn that back on. And that was a shoddy bit of reversing work from my side, wasn't it? But yeah, we've got a decent bit of work to get done today. There we go. So let's just park this out the way. Obviously everything's ticking over nicely. The cows, like I just said, the cows are all fed, strawed up, bedded up, whatever. And fed and watered, as are the chickens and the sheep, etc, etc. Now the bunker silos that we've got over there, we've got all 3 bunkers over here are full of chaff in varying quantities, and they are all almost fermented, I think. Let's just bring up the F1 menu in the top there. So this one is 91%, so that's not far off. I think this one's a little bit behind, 67% there. And this one here is 95, so not far off for those 3 to be done. And obviously all of that is going to be picked up, stuffed into our biogas plant, and get the money ticking over nicely. Again, getting some big earnings in from the biogas plant. Now the biogas plant is well stocked up at the minute with slurry and manure. Popping quickly into our production systems menu just to show you that. There we go, so 1.6 million litres of slurry ticking over nicely, and almost 1 million litres of manure. I think a few moments ago before I hit the record button we were actually north of 1 million litres there, but ticking over nicely. 997,000 litres of digestate as well in there, so what can I say, the biogas plant is working well for us. But yeah, so I think the first job of the day, the first big job of the day, is going to be making a start in the cornfield with the forage harvester, and we're going to make use of this bunker here. We're going to get it all stuffed into this. Now, the plan I have in mind, and it might be a little bit different, I'm going to try it anyway, because the field is quite big and because it's quite far away. Obviously I'm going to be using my my go-to tools of Courseplay and Auto Drive to complete this task for us, pop it into a bit of a cinematic. Now we've got 3 trailers here. We've got the normal grain trailer, we've got the silage trailer, and we do also have the pickup wagon. Now I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to give it a go, but I'm going to try and see if we can use the pickup wagon as well to run along with the forage harvester, because I tested it before. I bought the forage harvester out here, hooked up the pickup wagon to a tractor, unfolded the pipe, and the pipe of the forage harvester does auto-rotate and locate the pickup wagon. So I'm not too sure if it's going to work or not, because I appreciate that the function of the pickup wagon, it's got the pickup point at the front here, so when you run auto drive, I don't know whether it's going to activate all that part as well. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to give it a go. That's the point. And what I have done as well, on top of sorting this out, the auto drive route that I've got going in and out of field 46 at the top there, the one we're going to forage, I've kind of forced the exit and entrance point to that field, so that because we're on Court Farms, the lanes are narrow. I'm trying to avoid any tractors meeting up halfway down a road and facing each other and getting stuck. So the exit and entrance route into that field are entirely different. So essentially the tractors should make their way to that field, turning left here and up the main road here and all the way around the map that way, and they'll come back this way. hopefully, like I say, just trying to avoid them bumping into each other and make the job run as smoothly as possible. Now, whether I'm being entirely naive or not, I don't know. Time will tell. But, as I say, I'm going to have a go at running these 3 trailers. Now, I'm pretty sure the grain trailer and the silage trailer here, they'll work fine. As I say, it's just whether the pickup wagon will work with the job as well. But we shall see. So, that's the idea. That's the plan anyway. Whether it's a plan that's going to work or not, as I say, time will tell. But apart from that, everything is looking lovely. Here is the field of grass that we planted in the last episode. Obviously, now that we've moved forward into the next month, it's not a big sea of brown anymore. It's a lovely, beautiful sea of green, and it does look wonderful, I've got to say. This lovely custom field now, it's opened up this area very nicely. So, a couple of months' time, no doubt, this will be ready to go. It's at the last growth stage, I think, at the minute, so in the darkest of green, I think it is, if we pop into the map PDA very quickly and just have a quick look at that. Yeah, there we go. All the other fields of grass here are all at the same growth stage. Here's our 4 fields of oats. If we go to growth stage here, there we go. 91, 92, 109 and 59 are all ready to harvest. The field of corn up here, field 46. This is in a slightly lighter green, of course, but I'm pretty sure that should be ready for us to run the forage harvester in. So yeah, that's the plan. So where's my forage harvester? I've walked past that, haven't I? There we go. So, let's see how we fare with this one, shall we? We've not been in this one for a while. Actually, before we do anything, we'll hook up the header, but the fuel tank is a bit empty. We could do with topping that up before we get cracking, because that's the last thing we want to do, isn't it? Is run out of fuel halfway around. So, let's hook this thing up. Now I don't need to worry about manual attach or anything. I've got that turned off accidentally. I do normally have manual attach turned on most of the time, don't I? But I do turn it off when I'm running around sorting everything out, getting all the slurry and manure and whatnot and tidying things up. I do turn manual attach off just to give me a bit less to have to faff around doing. So let's pull this thing up to the fuel tank. Get it topped up. This is going to take a few minutes, of course, because I do have the realistic refueling mods activated, so it does take a few minutes. So I'll get all this done, and I'll get the tractors and trailers over to the field as this thing as well, and I'll see you in a few minutes' time. Right, got all my workers lined up, ready to go here, and I've lined up the pickup trailer with the Massey here, and I've got a funny feeling that I think this is going to work. So if I just start it off here, there we go. It looks like it is going to work. Come on, get right behind me. Oh, brilliant. That is brilliant. So now I've got 3 trailers to run with this job now. That's excellent stuff. That's chuffed with that, I've got to say. So awesome stuff. So we're going to crack on. As I say, I forced the entrance and exit point of the field over here very quickly. I'll show you, although I can't bring up the nodes, but essentially the tractors are going to come into the field from this direction, and they're going to go out of the field and back to the farm to tip in the silage bunker in that direction. So hopefully that should completely remove the possibility of crashing into each other, hopefully. We shall see anyway. Right, so let's crack on with this one, and I'll see you in a wee while when the job's done. Right, on my way back to the farm now. I've got the tractors and trailers all stashed away nicely now, tidied up. I'm just pulling back in now in the forage harvester. So, what a job that was. The numbers are spectacular, quite frankly. Let's turn that off there. Leave it parked up, ready for a wash. So, let's bring up the heads-up display. I have fully compacted this down, because it takes seconds with my wonderful, crazy silage compactor there. But as you can see, 1,013,317 litres. That's definitely a record for me now, north of 1 million litres in one bunker. And it is properly squeezed in there, isn't it? So let's blanket that silo. Excellent stuff. So that brings the grand total of chaff now on the farm to 2,496,776 litres, and all of that is going to go into the biogas plant, so the earnings are going to ramp up massively over the coming episodes, over the coming weeks and months, or weeks I suppose. It doesn't take too long to churn through the biogas plant, does it? So that's brilliant. Very, very happy with that indeed. Now, early on in that cinematic, even though I did enjoy the fact that we had all 3 trailers running, I did actually have to abandon one of them, because quite early on it seemed that I needed to get on top of the levelling and the compaction of this bunker, because obviously, you know, trailer by trailer it was getting quite out of control very quickly. So I did I bought the John Deere off the job and dropped the smaller of the 3 trailers in here and just left these 2 running with these 2, because these 2 do have a slightly larger capacity. This one's a capacity of about 20,000, and both of these are roughly somewhere north of 35,000 litres each. So, made sense to keep those 2 running. But there you go as well, though. A really handy tip, if none of you are aware, because I wasn't aware either. You can use a forage trailer with a forage harvester. So I was a pickup trailer, so I was really quite chuffed with that. That was completely new to me. I had no idea that you could do that. So, if any of you weren't aware of that, another helpful piece of advice, or, you know, bit of knowledge there, I suppose. It's quite helpful to know. So, all good. There we go. So, but if I do jump into the time-saving stock check mod very quickly, because that is so helpful at times like this. As you can see now, it says we've got 1.8, just over 1.8 million litres of chaff, because one of the bunkers of chaff has 100% fermented, so we've got 648,000 litres of silage now in one of them, and 1.84 million litres of chaff there, but together 2.496 million litres altogether. So yeah, very, very happy with those numbers. Right, anyway, so it's just gone lunchtime. It's 12:15, so I think what we're going to do now, let's drop that one off. We're going to stick with the John Deere here, and we are going to hook up the slurry stroke digestate trailer here, and we're going to spread a bit of digestate in field 57, I think it is. It's the grass field that's just over to our right at the end of the lane here. So let's get that hooked up. PTO cables, there we go, because we still have just over 12,000 litres of digestate in here from the last job that we did. I think it was in the last episode when we spread it on this field here. So we shall, let's jump out of cab view there, make life a bit easier. Pull up to the biogas plant and make some good use of the north of 900,000 litres of the stuff that we have over here. Now, based on how far the digestate went, I'm hoping that we might actually get this entire thing done in one go. We shall see, but this is the field we're going to spread in. If I jump out very quickly, as you can see, the nitrogen is okay, but it's not great, so hopefully this will bring that up a little bit. It's free, so we may as well use it, haven't we? There's no point spending money or using up some of our solid fertiliser when we can spread this stuff that's been created essentially for free. But if we do need to top up the numbers, we will obviously give it a skimming with some solid fert if need be. So let's get cracking on with a bit more field work. Let's wait for that to drop down. Drop that down there. Turn her on. And off we go. So, crack on with this one as well. And I'll see you in a few moments. Right, well, job done. That has brought the nitrogen levels up to perfect, so that's all good. So it's increased the yield a little bit, and now obviously we need to, next job in this field anyway, will be to throw a little bit of lime over here and just bring that pH value up to a bit better than what it is at the minute. So, job done. Now we do still have a couple of grass fields to mow, but obviously with the amount of silage that we've got going on in the bunkers, we do still have quite a chunk of TMR sitting in our total mixer ration machine at the minute, so I'm in no immediate urgency for that grass. We will get it done, but next episode we're going to be concentrating on harvesting the oats. We've got 4 fields to do, a good few acres to get covered, so we'll be getting most of that stuffed into our silo, a load of it taken over to the horses to feed them, and potentially making a bit of money in the future from those as well out of the silo. So that's all good. So I'm very happy with where we've got to today. Obviously, we've got a lot of chaff and now a little bit of silage as well. So that's, like I said before, get all that put into the biogas plant, and that is going to massively ramp up the earnings even more than what we're getting in a minute. So looking forward to that. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode, I'm going to call it here. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed the video and found it a little bit of fun. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC and add on a season pass, or even the full game itself, or even pre-ordering Farming Simulator 25, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out and supporting their channel, as always, I would be massively appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.